This time, I'm going to make 3 characters from the Outsider playbook. So we have the Rebel, the Trickster, and the Wanderer. For the Rebel, you rebel against something. A corrupt official, your original faction, the Empire itself. When you call on your fellow rebels for help, roll one of your elements. On a hit, you secretly assemble a small group to aid you. On a miss, your group is caught before they can gather. It's like the Yellow Turbans during the pre-Three Kingdoms period, but I probably don't need to make that large scale. The tarot card I drew was the King of Swords, which is about intellectual, analytical, articulate, just, and ethical. Uses thought creatively, communicate ideas successfully, so this is someone who can rally support from people easily. Eloquent, is concerned about truth and fairness. Maybe they are fighting back against a corrupt judge, someone who holds the execution power for people in the area. Style element, either fire or earth or water, for the wisdom. Let's go for fire. Talented with games and other mental challenges, they cannot be not calculating, so their metal cannot be -1. Could it be that they're not patient? Let's try that. Which faction will represent this character? Intellectuals, but also are skilled with martial arts. Warrior Poet Society. I'm gonna try to just come up with a name. This is from Jin Yong's novel, 书剑恩仇录. So I'm gonna call this person 书剑. Book and sword. Last name. Since no one is going to play this game, I don't mind having a tricky to pronounce name. Cao Cao's Cao, Cao Shu Jian. What is their weapon? Let's go for blunted sword. So it's not deadly. Come up with creative solutions to problems instead of killing everything in sight. I'm going to move on to the next character and come back to entanglements. Trickster. Happy-go-lucky and smart. You know how to use the rules of Wulin and outside world to your advantage. You may use hearts and minds against those who would not otherwise be susceptible to your words. If you miss, you harden their heart and may not use that against them in the future. In the move Hearts and Minds, the GM can say if someone will even listen to a player character's persuasion. Sometimes they may not have the opportunity to roll against them. But here, this custom move means Trickster can convince anyone, even if they're the big bad who won't listen. But they get that one chance. If they missed, then they become just like the other player characters. Let's try a tarot card. The Emperor, which is about fathering, structure, authority, and regulation. Establishing a family line, sticking to a plan, establishing law and order, working within the legal system. If they work within the law, then they're either cautious or they're in control, calculating. I'm gonna stick to metal being their style element, but it feels like they might be more well-rounded than the traditional kind of tricksters. They need to be aware and wise, so maybe not as patient, but also not that impatient compared to the previous character. Faction. I wanna say lawyers. I don't know the translations for the professional writers who writes requests for trials, or the common folks who may not know how to write such documents. I think this group would be an ambiguous faction. They work for pay, weapon, probably hidden, and their styles, I might have to come back to that. Let's try a name. Since having seen Taishan, I wanna try making that something like 叶笔墨不见泰山. So with one leaf covering the eye, you cannot even see something as great as Mount Tai. So one leaf. Surname Zheng. I'll come back to entanglements later. Nothing is set in stone yet. The third character is Wanderer. You have restlessly traveled the land. When you arrive in a new town or region, roll. On a hit, the locals remember you favorably. Gain a bond with an NPC. On a miss, you learn of tragedy or betrayal you left in your wake. Let's try a tarot. 5 of Cups. It's about loss, bereavement, regret. Feeling deprived of love, longing to be reunited, grieving, feeling sorrow. In the background, there's a setting moon or a rising moon with the river and a sand castle. One of the negative descriptors for the water element is depressed. Let's go for that. I want to put -1 in fire instead. I wonder if this person is from an unrighteous faction. Some of the liquid on the ground looks red. It could be red wine or it could be blood. Regret of killing someone that they did not want to. I'll just go for the number 5, Venom Sect. Maybe someone was poisoned. Preferred weapon. For some reason, I'm thinking of Mei Chaofeng. It's one of the characters from Jin Yong's novels. Fighting style, go with the water theme. Let's just go for a random name. Out C. Let's try to figure out their entanglements. Let's try this one. I've hidden Yunhai, who is a threat to my respected clan senior. Clan seniors are someone of the family, not necessarily the society. Switch things up a bit. I'm gonna try to make the trickster character have a father NPC. Yeah, let's see why Qing is the villain. We'll use a tarot card. 6 of Wands. I've already drawn before. An arrogant person who have a recent victory of some sort. Yi has been promised to Yunhai against her will by their father, probably. Yi thinks Yunhai as her friend, and Yunhai's sibling, Yunxiao, wants to get rid of her. Ungrateful person. Doesn't want her in their family. Don't know why that promise was made. Is that why they're regretful? Were they forced to make that promise? Was Yi's father involved? Loves Shu Jian, but knows a dark secret about Yi, who Shu Jian adores. Painting a very dark picture for Yi. Whether she is completely innocent of all of this intrigue or not, she is implied to not be that innocent. Let me see if I can define Noah a little better. 10 of Swords. Victim mentality and martyrdom sacrificing. The image shows a person being stabbed to death by 10 swords. Their red robe is stained with blood, with a lake in the background, and the sky is darkening. They are afraid of what Yunhai is going to bring to the clan. So the rebel, Cao Shujian, from the Warrior Poet Society, is fighting against a corrupt local judge. When Yunhai came to town, Shujian hid him in their hideout. They are a threat to his clan senior, Cao Nuo. It's only implied for the players to know that Yunhai has an agenda against Nuo. Shujian loves Yi, but their father, Zeng Qing, is a villain who has promised her to Yunhai. When Yi accepted payment for defending Yunhai's older brother Yunxiao, she won the case for him, so Yunxiao got away with some crime. That crime may be related to the clan senior Noah. Oh my gosh. So one of the Wei brothers was responsible for a harm done to the clan senior Cao Nuo, but maybe there was not enough evidence, or the alibi checks out. Somehow, Zeng Yi's lawyering skills got him off the hook, but the ungrateful Yunxiao does not want Yi to come into the Wei family, and Yunxiao wants to get rid of her. Wei Yunhai also promised his older brother that he will destroy his friend Yi. I guess fraternal loyalty ranks higher than friendship. Yunhai loves Shu Jian. They already knew each other beforehand. Maybe that's why Shu Jian is willing to hide him. Yunhai knows a dark secret about Yi, who Shu Jian is in love with. Maybe that is the dark secret that pushed him over the edge with regard to agreeing to destroy her. So maybe Zeng Yi has passed on the secret from their villainous father, or a technique that is forbidden by the Wulin. Maybe some of her clients has to pay the Zeng family back in blood, either taken with permission or not. That makes the three lawyers really ambiguous, or even close to unrighteous action. But then why would the 5 Venom sect care? Is it just because even they would not stoop that low? It's quickly turning into a horror story.